Hi. So I thought it was a good idea if someone left a comment that in one of the few comments that I've had, thank you, that they were recently moving to their new place and they had never cooked before and they were gonna get started in cooking. So thought it would be a good idea to do like a basic run about if first time moving in, first time starting to cook, you never really done anything like this, you're new to it, you want to get started but don't want to overwhelm yourself. A good basic staple for pantry in terms of what to get and get the most out of it and be versatile with that you can do a lot of it with this basic stuff. It's not going to blow your budget. It's very simple ingredients that you can do a lot of recipes. Doesn't matter if it's chicken, seafood, pork, or beef. You can cook it and pair it with anything that's here. So obviously for pantry, the first things that you would like to get would be salt and pepper. Honestly, with this, you can cook any meat, anything. It'll turn out pretty good. But if you like to eat a lot of beef, red meat, and pork, then I would also recommend that you also get thyme and red crushed pepper if you like a little bit of a spiciness to it. If not, you don't need to get it. Honestly, thyme gives a really nice flavoring to meat in specific. It's really nice. The steak, you do a little coating of salt, pepper, thyme, and a little bit of red crushed pepper on it, both sides, and you grill it. It's going to turn out great every single time. You don't need to do anything fancy with it. Now, oils, you can either get olive oil or avocado oil. I use both. I prefer to use olive oil basically for most of my cooking, but I also have avocado oil. And honestly, one of the things that you will probably see of me use a lot in my kitchen and my videos is Goya products. I am a Goya girl. It's part of the Latin, very, very, very invested in Goya. The Latin girl in me. This is adobo. I use this a lot instead of salt and pepper for a lot of stuff because this contains salt and pepper. I get the one that has pepper, and there's a low sodium one also that contains less salt, but basically this is a mix of salt, garlic, black pepper, oregano, and turmeric all in one product. It's very easy to go overboard with it, so watch it, but this gives flavor to chicken, seafood, pork. You can basically just pork chops, you can do a coating of this on each side and fry it in oil or an air fryer. It's going to take good every single time. And also you can do it with chicken and steak. It's going to take good no matter how you time to use it, and has a good shelf life with these four things. You can basically cook a lot, and it's very versatile, long shelf life. You don't need to worry about it. Now, if you want a little bit of sauce, you don't like just meat or pork and you want to be able to have a little bit of variety in sauces and all that, then I would recommend teriyaki sauce and soy sauce. However, be mindful that this is high in sodium, so you can get the low sodium one, but if you're cooking, watch how much salt you do something. It takes a little bit of trial and error, but this is a staple. This is very good. And also teriyaki sauce for the sweetness. You can mix it with a little bit of ketchup. You can mix it with, it's just so versatile. Sometimes you don't even have to do anything else to the meat other than a basic coating of salt and pepper. Sprinkle this, marinate it in a little bit, and then cook it. Tastes great. Even chicken. It tastes great. Now, you can also have a spray for like olive oil, or there's the regular, the Pam one. It's the very popular one. I like the olive oil one. And refrigerator, pantry staples that have a long shelf life. Garlic. If you're new to cooking, I would not say that you should buy the garlic gloves as itself, because this has a longer shelf life and it's easier for you to work with until you're comfortable with buying the garlic glove and cooking with it. This is so much easier. And the same with sofrito. I like the tomato based one. This is also a Goya product that you'll see a lot of my products because this contains green peppers, onions, cilantro, and garlic and olive oil. A spoonful of this is good for like any meat that you're making. Like I did a video of taco seasoning and I use this. You can also get taco seasonings, but something you can also do. You can also get flour tortillas. These have long shelf life and they're very versatile. You can use this for obviously tacos, burritos. You can make, very easy to make pizza. Just get a little bit of pizza sauce, cheese, sprinkle it, put it in the toaster, and you have a quick and easy pizza that you did at your home. And you can also do desserts on it. For instance, you can just grab a little bit of Nutella, spread it on there, chop off a couple of strawberries, fold it, and then just heat it up in your frying pan. No need to fry, just heat it up on both sides, a little bit toasted on both sides, and you got a very quick dessert. It's very good, very quick. You can sprinkle a little bit of whipped cream on it. You're done. And it has a long shelf life, very versatile. Again, pasta is good for shelf life, depending on the pasta you like. I like thin spaghetti, macaronis, penne pasta. They're all very good, and they have a long shelf life. You could get a lot of versatile dishes with it. Even just, let's say you're late, you're tired from work and you don't want to cook a lot. You can just boil some pasta, got a little olive oil in it, stir it in, and then a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and you have a very quick meal. It's very easy to use. So now this is a little bit more for if you really want to get the most bang out of your buck and try a couple new things. You can buy bread yourself. You can buy bread at the eggs are another staple, milk. And those are good. If you're someone that don't drink a lot of milk, but milk is very versatile ingredient in a lot of stuff, you can buy boxes of milk and they'll last longer. Eggs, they're very versatile for any dish to add extra protein. And if you want versatility in food, then I would recommend that you get also all-purpose flour and baking soda and baking powders. They have long shelf lives and they are good for making yourself pancakes, waffles, a good base for bread, for cooking bread. Instant dry yeast is a good one also to get. Everything has a long shelf life, and just you get a lot for your buck. And they last. At this point, you can make a drinking game of how many times I've said versatile, but that's the point. You want to have if you are new to it, you want to have a small amount of stuff so you don't get overwhelmed, but you can interchange a lot of it to cook with. And vinegar is also a good one to have if you very basic, very basic recipe that I might do a video on it is a couple of potatoes. You peel them, you put vinegar in the saucepan with butter, and then you put the chopped onions in it. You wait for it to cook, and then you add your potatoes in it and cook it on slow heat, and you got sauteed potatoes. Very delicious potatoes. You can also do it with beef, a little bit of vinegar oil with onions and oil, and then you put the meat in it. It'll give it a very distinct flavor, so it's not the same thing all the time, and it's very good. It's very delicious. You can also mix a little bit of vinegar and milk, and you get sour milk, and you can use that for a pancake mix or a waffle mix. It'll make it more spongy and give it a little extra flavor. Very good. With this, I think you have a very good basic for starting cooking in the kitchen. You can also add other staples like ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard if you like mustard. Those ingredients are also very versatile, but I only really stuck to more pantry stuff that they'll get more shelf life. You can then choose what you want. Vegetable, if you like to eat vegetables, but you're not really that much of a cook, you're still trying, and I would recommend you get the frozen ones until you are actually cooking, so that you don't waste your money in produce and just they go bad before you cook them. If you get into the habit of cooking every day or every other day and you know they're not going to go bad, then yeah, get the fresh ones, of course. But it's more this is more to get you comfortable getting cooking and in the habit of it, because it is very overwhelming the first time you move and you're going to do the grocery shopping, and there's so much stuff that you can kind of get overwhelmed and like, what do I need? Because everything you can use for cooking, but this is a basic staple basically. And butter sticks, they're great for you to have in your fridge, have a long shelf life. They're great. What else? What am I missing? Oh, I forgot. I wouldn't say that this is a staple for you to have in the basic kit, but if you're actually one that likes to season less, you're very lazy with seasoning, or you want to do a really quick seasoning, then I would also get the Sazon Goya. This is a mix of spices already, and it just takes the work out of like having 5 different spices. You already have in one packet. You rip it open and you can pour it into sauces. You can pour it into soups. You can pour it in beans if you're boiling beans. It's great. Very versatile. Meats, I've done it with meats. You've seen it. Sprinkle it in chickens and ground beef. You can check my shorts. There are a couple of recipes there. But this is a very good and basic staples that you need. And from there, you can pick and choose basing on what you want to explore with. But you already have your basic stuff. Then you can add more spices little by little and explore a little bit more, just so that you make sure that you are not wasting any products that you bought. Nothing went bad. You're actually using. And then you can pick and choose, what am I using more of or what am I using less of? And then switch it out for something more that you want to try. Or from then you go until you get comfortable and it becomes a habit of grocery shopping. You're used to it. It's not as overwhelming. It's not as confusing. But I hope this... Oh, I forgot sugar. Sugar is another staple that you should get. Brown sugar and white sugar. No need to overcomplicate it, but you do you. You do your shows. You choose and you pick and choose what you want. But this is basically, and this is coming from a picky eater. I am a little bit picky on what I eat. I'm used to what I like. I am not the adventurous type. I'm trying to try a couple of new stuff because it gets easy to stick in a routine and cook the same plates like every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday. I'm trying to break that habit, which is why I'm making videos. Just breaking the habit and do more of the dishes that I know how to do, but I left doing them because they may take a little bit more time, or honestly, just comfort. You get used to doing the same thing all the time that it becomes a habit. I'm trying to break that habit. I want to do more stuff, be less picky, eventually more incorporate more veggies and stuff like that. But I hope this video was helpful for anybody that's new to cooking, just moved into the new apartment. This is a new thing. And if not, and you were someone that was getting overwhelmed in your kitchen and it's hard for you to get organized on what to get or what to know, you wasted a lot of product. I hope it was good too. So maybe stick to the basics and then from then go. But other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you.